In a lush forest, where the sun shone bright and warm, a sly fox named Felix loved to roam. He was a master of mischief, with a coat as red as a juicy apple and a tail as fluffy as a cloud. Felix had a passion for grapes, the juiciest and sweetest in the land. He could smell them from afar, sniff sniff, and his stomach would growl with anticipation. One day, while wandering through the forest, Felix spotted a beautiful vineyard, whoosh, filled with plump, purple grapes. The aroma wafting from the vineyard was intoxicating, and Felix's mouth began to water. He approached the vineyard, his eyes fixed on the grapes, and his paws twitching with excitement. As he reached the vineyard, Felix met a proud crow perched on a fence post, caw. The crow, whose name was Croaky, was known for his love of fine things and his loud, boastful voice. "What brings you to our vineyard, Felix?" Croaky asked, proudly, his feathers puffed out like a pillow. Felix explained his love for grapes, and Croaky, said, "Well, you've come to the right place. But, I must warn you, these grapes are not for the likes of you. They're too high up, and the farmer who owns this vineyard is very protective of his crop." Felix, sneakily, thought to himself, "I'll just have to find a way to get those grapes, no matter what." Can you guess what happens next? Felix, determined to get the grapes, began to jump and stretch, leap, but no matter how hard he tried, he couldn't quite reach them. He jumped again, thud, and again, thud, but the grapes remained just out of his grasp. As the sun began to twinkle, Felix grew more and more frustrated. His paws were sore, and his belly was growling with hunger. He looked up at the grapes, longingly, and let out a sigh. Croaky, who had been watching from his perch, said, "Ha! I told you they were out of your reach, Felix. You'll never get those grapes." Felix, angrily, looked up at Croaky and said, "Oh, I'll get them, just you wait and see." But, as he turned to walk away, he stumbled upon a patch of juicy berries, slurp. They were sweet and tangy, and Felix's taste buds began to tingle. He ate the berries, munch, and suddenly, the grapes didn't seem so important anymore. As he walked away from the vineyard, Felix heard Croaky's loud, caw laughter echoing through the forest. Felix, smoothly, said to himself, "Those grapes were probably sour anyway. I'm better off without them." But, deep down, Felix knew he was just making excuses. He couldn't get the grapes, so he decided to despise them instead. Can you think of a time when you really wanted something, but couldn't have it? How did you feel? That's right, it's easy to despise what you cannot get. Felix learned a valuable lesson that day. It's okay to want something, but it's not okay to be dishonest with yourself. Dramatic pause. As the stars began to twinkle in the night sky, Felix curled up in his cozy den, feeling grateful for the delicious berries he had eaten. He realized that sometimes, what you want isn't always what you need. And, wisely, he thought to himself, I may not have gotten the grapes, but I got something even better, a full belly and a lesson in humility. The next morning, Felix woke up feeling refreshed, and decided to visit his friend Croaky. As he approached the vineyard, he saw Croaky perched on the fence post, caw. Felix, smiling, said, "Good morning, Croaky. I see the grapes are still ripe and juicy." Croaky, proudly, replied, "Yes, they are. And, I must say, you were wise to give up on them. They're not for everyone." Felix, said, "I learned a valuable lesson, my friend. It's easy to despise what you cannot get, but it's better to appreciate what you have." Croaky, impressed, looked at Felix with newfound respect, From that day on, Felix and Croaky became great friends. Friendship, and would often meet at the vineyard to share stories and enjoy the sweet scent of the grapes. As the seasons passed, Felix would often look up at the vineyard, longingly, but he never forgot the lesson he learned. He knew that it's okay to want something, but it's not okay to be dishonest with yourself. Wisely, he would say to himself, I may not have gotten the grapes, but I got something even better, a full heart and a true friend. And, happily, Felix and Croaky would walk off into the sunset, arm in arm, or rather, wing and paw, laugh, ready for their next adventure together. The moral of the story, importantly, is that it's easy to despise what you cannot get, but it's better to appreciate what you have. So, wisely, remember to always be honest with yourself, and never give up on the things that truly matter. The end.